Folks, hello and welcome to another episode of the Psychic Roundtable tonight. So everybody's running a little bit late, but you know what? That's okay. It gives me a little bit of time to say hi to you guys and chit chat a little bit about why this topic came up. Now, it's spiritual scammer avoidance tips, but it's not just about metaphysical professionals, spiritual professionals, psychics, anything like that. It's also going to be about events that have been cropping up all over the place. And it's not just psychic fairs, it's Ren fairs, it's everything that have, and I apologize about the glasses. I'm actually writing an article on this as well for both Celestial Imprints magazine as well as my blog on Des Moines New Age.com. Sorry. Like I said, a lot of writing. Anyway, events are cropping up all over the place, and a couple of people I know that are incredibly hardworking and they make their own stuff. And I mean, it's just amazing. They got swindled hard. And normally these people are very, very cautious. So this lets me know that the scammers have really, truly upped their game. Oh, and here we go. We have Earl. Hold on just one moment. Hi, Earl.
Good evening.
Hi, Sheena. How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Introduce yourselves to the audience. Let them know what you guys do. I know you guys are pretty regular on here, but for any new viewers.
My name is Sheena Jacobus. I am the owner of Divine Feminine Beauty. I do readings, mediumship, and Reiki healing.
All right. Earl?
And she's also a performer as well.
Yes, she is. She is a hoop artist.
Yes.
Very nice.
So there's times I watch her videos and she gives me heart attacks.
I don't know. It looks pretty fun to me. So.
It is.
Anywho, I am Earl Williams. I'm the owner of Pagan Artist Spotlight podcast and also the Midwest representative for Today's Witch magazine, and now also Pagan Chronicles out of Utah.
Hell yeah. AngelLynn just messaged. She's going to be about 15 minutes late. She hasn't eaten all day and is grabbing a burger. So, But Destiny also said she's going to try and hop on. Hello, Destiny, darling. How have you been?
There you are.
Can't hear you, baby.
Check your microphone there, hon.
Check your mic. We can't hear you.
Check your settings.
Okay. Now, she said she was going to hop on for a little bit due to the subject matter. Now, did you guys see what it's about?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I only invited certain people on, and a lot couldn't be on here. Like Chloe, I wanted her opinion, but she's going to stay in the comments. She's braiding her hair today, so awesome possum. But there have been a lot of spiritual scammers, but event scammers, which is what I'm shocked at. The rise in scamming psychic events, Ren events, and everything else has been on the dramatic rise. And so I did write an article, but apparently one of my writing apps ate it, or I just don't have access to it right now. Oh, well. But there are some tips I wrote down and everything, and I'm going to put them in the magazine and on the blog. But I wanted to talk to you guys and really get some of your experiences, any tips you might have, points of view things like that. How can people avoid spiritual scam artists, psychic scam artists, metaphysical professional scam artists, as well as event scammers? And I'm going to do a quick disclaimer because there are a lot of people that will call both Earl and I scam eventers. The thing with scammers, what sets it apart from people just going through a lot, scammers have absolutely no intention when they take your money of putting on a fair, ever. Mm-hmm. They're grifters, they're con artists, and they disappear, and you can't get a hold of them. They don't care. But event promoters are human as well, which is why I say, they're going to put out a public announcement or something. I know when, I think it was, hey, Destiny.
Hi, can you hear me now?
We can hear
you. Great.
Awesome. Give me just 1 second. Let me finish up the story. I know in the first, I think, year or two it was that I started putting on Des Moines New Age Psychic Fairs, the big ones at the fairgrounds. We had a lady that went right before us, and the fairgrounds is like, are you okay with that? I'm like, it's okay. Go ahead. Let her do it. But she put on like, I think 3 or 4 fairs, and she would cancel right at the last minute. No explanation, no nothing. And these were expensive booths, and people would call us and be like, what are you doing? I'm like, whoa, we have absolutely no connection to this chick. We don't know what's going on, because if we cancel a fair, actually, if we postpone a fair, you're always going to get an explanation. There's something major going on, and you're going to get an explanation and another fair. You'll never get a refund because the money all goes to the venue or advertising. It's gone, but you will always get an explanation, and it's generally going to be public. This chick would do it and just, see ya. And she swindled people 3 or 4 times, and we got in trouble for it. We had to start putting out announcements before our fair, like, hey, whoa, this is not us. We're not connected. So, and then I know we've had a few other fairs around Des Moines and stuff like that do that. I wanted Nicole Sparks on here because she's just recently been a victim of it. It was supposed to be her very first psychic fair, and I felt so bad for her. She was so just put out because her and all the vendors are standing around at the venue, and they're just like, oh, yeah, no, the lady didn't pay the fee. I think it was in Dubuque, but they're like, yeah, she didn't pay the fee. And none of them could get a hold of this girl. And I didn't realize it was actually Nicole's Reiki teacher. That's how she got talked into it.
Wow.
Well, that's the reason why I put out that warning that the vibes I was getting off of that.
I don't
put up that.
We don't say the names.
I know.
Because I'm not going to cancel or dox anybody, but
I wasn't going to mention any names.
Okay.
But it was the event that was being planned for up in Dubuque. And this chick is not even here in Iowa. She is out of state.
And I mean, that's
trying to put on multiple events in multiple locations. And no,
and that's not necessarily a dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially when you don't get any response to any inquiries.
No, and that's the red flag right there. That's the flag. That's like, listen. I know. Destiny, Sheena, have you had any experience with this kind of stuff?
I've never had an experience with events because your event was my first event, and it was fabulous. So
thank you. I'm glad. It was nice to have you there.
I haven't had any, thankfully.
Yeah. One of the first things I say always is trust your instincts, with spiritual professionals. Oh, and that's another thing, not just events, but spiritual professionals. Have you guys had any swindlers? Do you know any, or have you run across any, or have you had experiences and interactions personally yourself?
The only ones I've run into are the ones who either copy a big name, and they message you, or the ones that just randomly message you in your inbox, like, you have a curse upon you. I can remember.
Okay. And you're like, tell us something. Okay.
I've had one on TikTok message me pretending to be Larissa. And it was like her like business, but it was like a separate TikTok page that took all her video, like most of her videos, like her profile picture. I was like, "Is this you messaging me?" She's like, "I'm like, you're right next to me," and she's like, "No." She's like, "You need to report that account. That's not mine." She's like, "I have a lot more followers than that," and I'm like, "Yeah, you do, but that's still a lot." They were like, they had like 13K, where I think she had more, a lot more. But I was like,
whoa,
"You're right next to me." Like,
wait, a scammer site had 13,000?
I think so. They had quite a bit.
Yeah, they're getting good at that. They're getting really good at trying to convince people that they are
Somebody
really
else.
but they're nothing more than just a 2-bit scammer.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I don't get it. Why not just do your own thing? But
Yeah, they purposely will go in and copy somebody else's page information, everything, and they're using AI to do it.
yeah, AI. Gotta love AI, but it does have its drawbacks just like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I felt really bad for this one girl, and she got swindled on a Ren fair recently, and that's why I put this up. And the thing is, the title of it looks so neat. Hell, I'd love to go to it. But man, took a bite out of her income. And if I remember correctly, she supports herself entirely off of her handmade crafts.
Oh, wow.
At the Ren fair. She's like, yeah, just spent my birthday getting swindled out of my hard-earned money. And she put up the name of the fair and everything. I'm like, holy. So, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that it wasn't the main one here.
No, this, I think it was still going to be in Des Moines. I'd have to look it up. But it sounds really cool. I mean, it would be really neat if it actually existed.
Well, we all know that the main one in Des Moines is Sleepy Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are a lot of other Ren fairs that have branched off that are legitimate. That's the thing. One of the things I do say about the fairs is see if you know anybody who's either vended at it or is going to vend there. Ask them. See what's going on. A lot of the psychic fairs, they're doing some horrible stuff. Horrible stuff. You've got the scammers in the comments online, but you also have actual people reaching out to others that are saying they're planning local events and they're not.
Mm.
And I always say, look at the social media. Okay, look and see if you've got any vendor interviews, any vendor lists of old vendors or new vendors, acts, performers, speakers, anything. Look at your lists, look at your websites, look at your social media, look at everything, look at a history, even if it's a brand new fair. Look at everything so as you see a track record, because if you're doing a fair, AngelLynn needs help. Hang on just a second. Okay. Destiny, can you send AngelLynn the link? You're awesome. But no, there's always going to be a track record. I mean, Sheena, you're in business. Earl, you've done events. Destiny, you're in business. You've got to advertise ahead, right?
Right.
Well, there's got to be evidence. And if people aren't doing that, or if they're only doing it on Facebook, be wary,
I forgot I was muted, but I think you're right in my mouth.
It's fine.
I was coughing.
Mm.
Well, and the one that I've got coming up for next year, hell, I'm all over social media with it. I have been on video chats with people on LinkedIn. So people know it's me doing
it. Yeah. Hold on. Messaging AngelLynn. All right.
Oh, it's best me to call her really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Wait, she's on.
Never
she's
mind,
on.
Destiny.
Oh,
hey, guys.
I'm back. Oh my God, you switched things up and it's working.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, babe. So.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
All right.
That's fine.
Oh, thank you, Earl.
This isn't actually going to be that long of a program because I've got to go to the doctor's after this.
You think?
No.
Poor girl. You live there.
I've
should live there.
No, I've got some other stuff going on. It's some new stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got sick, and now, yeah, I got some other stuff going on. But anyway,
Where am I at here? Let me see. I
you
see
are on
Destiny.
the bottom left corner.
That's what I thought, but it's like doubled or something. It's weird.
Okay, so we got me, Earl, Sheena, Destiny, you.
Sweet. Good crowd. Good
I
crowd.
know, right? Okay, so did
All
you
my
take
faves.
did you take a look at the topic for tonight?
I did not get a chance, and I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. I wanted to know because you've been in this business for a long time. How long have you been in the business, Angel?
Almost 30 years, 28,
Okay.
something like that.
Topic tonight is spiritual scammer avoidance tips. And that's for both professional readers, spiritual professionals, psychics, everything like that. But it's also for events that are coming up. Because there are a lot of events scamming.
Right. I think on the events, you're probably more the professional on that one. But as far as like from me, I don't put anything out there that scams. But if I was a customer or wanted to see, or I would check out the website. I would call the person.
I know, right?
Them. I would. Because you're right. What happened a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now? I don't know. And Dennis called him. Remember, we were at the shop.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
It was a bad one too. But it was good. It drew you in like it was real.
Oh God. No, it was a scammer that actually put a comment up on one of our in-house fairs.
Okay.
And they were like, this is the only number and email that you should ever email
right.
these events and everything like that. And, and so Dennis was like, okay. And he actually emailed them.
He did. And they were talking, remember? I was there.
Yeah. And then he called, they were talking, everything like that. Dude. They were like, okay, what do you want us to put down for your book? The Satanic Temple. Okay, that's
I know you did that. Yeah.
You know, oh God.
They were like, send the money here. You know.
Send the money here.
Yep.
And they're like, what's your email? And oh God, he made up a really horrible one.
Well, he did. And, with that being spoken about, on your end, because it was one of the fairs, it could have looked like yours.
Yeah.
So what do you do about it? How do you separate it out?
Well, there's really the only way you can do is block and delete them. But I'm talking about other ones that are actually saying they're here in Iowa locally and scamming the crap out of people.
Oh, I know. If you Google psychics, just Google it for Iowa.
Yeah.
Some are old, like they probably don't even practice anymore, or they don't even have a place. You really have to know who you're talking to, unfortunately.
Yep.
Like, we're around enough. Like, I go to your shop. I'm doing the Iowa Metaphysical Fair, the skin, things like that.
You and Destiny are.
Yep, we're excited.
Good.
Really pumped for it.
I'm a little nervous because it's my first one.
Oh,
but
you're right next.
I'm excited.
We're sharing a booth, so she'll be good.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah, that was approved right away. No problem.
Sweet.
I know. But I would suggest meeting the psychic somewhere.
Okay.
The
other thing I've always said with any psychic, any practitioner, even any merchant, what you want to do, educate yourself, be quiet, and then ask some questions.
Right.
Okay, now granted, the metaphysical area is subject to a lot of, it's very subjective, period. I always say it's like 3 blind men and the elephant. Everybody has a different description, but you can sense when there's just bullshit. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care who you are. Everybody has that bullshit sensor. And don't be so open-minded that your brain falls out. Yes, be open-minded.
Right.
But not so open-minded you believe everything.
Right. Or so closed off that you don't believe anything. Go in with points. I don't know how to explain that part, but you know what I mean.
Right. Be open, but not so open that you believe everything. No.
Right,
there's always a line.
Right.
And I think Sheena, Destiny, Angel, I think you'll all agree that when you're reading, when you're doing this stuff, you have to respect your client's boundaries. You're going to push them a little bit, but you're definitely going to respect them. And then, of course, don't be like, if they say you have a family curse, oh my God, but I can
Oh,
remove
I
it
know,
for $3,000. It's like, no,
I actually
I'm good,
know.
thank you.
I know personally some around town, and I'm not going to mention any names
No,
because I wouldn't do that.
we
But
don't do that. Yeah.
no, we don't. But definitely, if they're saying there's a family curse, they use this line. Well, way back when it cost like $500. Well, nowadays it's going to cost like $1,500 to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I know of a guy that he worked for IRS too,
Gosh.
and he went to this person and got scammed. They told him to bury $1,000 in his backyard, and he did it. Yeah.
Well, I can understand in a way, but no.
Well, I'm sure
no.
they got the 1,000. Like,
They dug up his backyard?
well, he buried it out there, and yeah, he actually went through with it. So I'm pretty sure they ended up with it.
Wow.
Yeah, like you don't bury money, and you don't like ask for extra. No, that's dumb.
No.
No, I mean there are some spiritual practices where you
Yeah.
are supposed to bury money.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it on as an offering, something like that.
Right. I
But
do energy work, and that usually goes along with my readings. But sometimes if it's way above,
$1,000,
right? No way.
anything over a certain
No
amount,
way.
you're just like, no.
Yeah.
If I can't get it
Mm-mm.
back, no. You know?
No. Right.
No, I know Destiny. She's really rich, so she should loan us all money. But
I know. Yeah.
I wish. I got a car that's not working very well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
kiddo.
It's all right. I've just been majorly stressed this whole week.
Yeah, car repairs are
There for a little while, I was getting these random messages from the you could tell they were total scammers right off the bat, trying to offer me readings and like go away. It's like,
well, like how did they put it, Earl? Like how did you know they were scamming you?
oh, the same old line of basically trying to come off all sweet and nice and offering readings and whatnot. It's like, no, it's like, go away.
I think you can tell like the ungenuineness of them, I guess.
Right.
Inhumanness, or at least I can pick up on that. I hope other people can pick on that.
They finally gave up after I blocked a few of them.
Trust your gut. Definitely trust your gut when you go in.
Dennis loves it. He gets them and he's just like, okay, playtime. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I do not have time. No, he will email him. He'll call him back. He'll be like, it's like, Dennis.
He really messed with our heads that day. That was hilarious.
No, the one that was online that really pushed the envelope, he actually called the cops on. And apparently you're supposed to go to the attorney general with it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you can get an email and stuff like that, give it to the attorney general.
Yeah.
Because this person had done it across the country.
Well, and it's really hard for them to catch them because, like you said, it's across the country. They can be in Mexico doing it or Bosnia or wherever.
Exactly.
And, they can switch that IP address around. Now, they may not be caught, but at least you're turning it in and, it's getting bigger and bigger. And these guys are getting good. Really good. Their English. Yeah. Go ahead, Sheena.
I was going to say the scammers in general are just getting fabulous. I get them all the time on my business page.
Sheena. All right, somebody light a candle. We feel your presence, Sheena. Come back to us.
Oh my God, that hamburger tastes so good, you guys.
I'll send some over my way.
Sorry, I have not eaten all day, so I was like hurrying up cooking.
Send some my way.
Where'd you go?
Your shirt looks so cute with your hair up.
Where'd you go to get it, dear?
I cooked it.
Oh, okay.
I actually I don't really buy a lot of meat at Walmart, but
Walmart meat is rough.
Yeah, but their Angus burgers are really good. Like really good. Yeah, it's a good product. I was shocked.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm still too leery about Walmart meat.
Oh no, me too.
Fairway and then Beth Cole's.
Damn expensive. Shit.
Yeah, they
Beth
have.
Cole's. Hello, everyone. Hey, Beth.
Hey.
Hi, Sheena.
I don't know what happened, but I disappeared.
I know. All we heard was like nothing really. I can't remember what you said.
Hey, Beth.
Beth says, hello, everyone. Hi, Beth.
Hello.
Good to have you back, honey. Hope everything's been going okay.
Now, just to interject here real quick. Hey, here is the. I actually have
Pagan Chronicle.
Oh, wow.
the physical copies of
Oh,
the newspaper.
and
That,
that was from where again?
This is out of Utah.
Right, that's right. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I got a box full of them.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh my God, when are you coming down?
I'll be bringing them with me.
I know.
And plus, this one is the April-May edition.
Wow, this year?
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome.
And
the fact they make a physical copy, something like a book, like you
Yep,
can actually
this
touch
is-
it. People miss that.
Yeah, because this is an actual newspaper.
Right. I like that.
And she's also going to be sending me basically boxes of her past issues that didn't sell.
I am so excited. And would not wait for them.
Beth Coles, I need one. Okay, so
We'll send
how
you
does
one
Beth
back,
get
then.
one?
I will have them with me in October when I come down.
Okay. Well, I might have to drive up there.
Oh my. Okay.
I'll meet you halfway. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my.
Yeah, each edition is like $4.75.
Wow. Is it pretty thick? I can't tell from here.
Well, not extremely, no.
Like, what do they cover? Like, kind of give us a couple of headlines on it.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, the main thing that she's got here on the main page is what it really means to be pagan today.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
That's the main article.
Okay.
And I mean, they've got a lot of great information on here. Plus they have, there's also a inside edition called Home and Hearth.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it.
So you're getting, you're getting two sections of the newspaper.
Like, what is an art like? That was good. That was good headline. Like, on the inside, does it say how to be a kitchen witch, or does it say what do psychics do, or you know what I mean? Does it like ask any questions and try to answer, or interviews?
Well, let's see.
Especially in Utah.
Well, new pagans versus old generational pagans.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Paganism in America versus its places of origin.
Oh, that's neat.
The many faces of modern paganism.
Ooh.
Mass exodus from organized religion.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
wow.
good one.
Very good.
That's a good
Yep.
one.
Yeah, that's cool. I
So
wish they still had the Fate magazine too.
They do.
They do?
Yep.
Yep.
They
I
do.
know.
Yes, they do.
Do
now,
they actually make a copy of it? Like you can get it?
No, there are print copies, but they do more with digital now.
Okay.
They're very quiet.
Right. I know.
I
They have
actually, in the editorial of the magazine I'm putting out, I wrote about Fate and Nexus magazine and everything like that, all the older metaphysical magazines that I grew up with.
Right.
Because my dad, I mean, he used to read them to me when I was little.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Your bedtime stories.
Yeah. Well, okay. Some of them I liked. Some of them I thought were dumb. Okay. I was
Oh,
like,
I know,
"Oh,
right?
Dad, come on."
I know, right?
But some of them were really, really cool.
I mean, Hansel and Gretel isn't the best bedtime story either.
other articles that they've got in here is called "Sleeping with the Gods: Dream Incubation for Healing and Renewal."
Okay.
That's good.
I probably would have titled it "Dreaming with the Gods" instead of "Sleeping with the Gods."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
'cause
right?
that's going down another path, dude.
Right?
I knew a couple people that had that kind of relationship with their deities, and I'm like,
I've
I don't
had
know what to
people.
do with this.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the room.
You know those movies that they have sex with the ghost, you know, like
Oh yeah.
I forget what movies they were in, but
No, apparently there
I
are
know
actual
people. Yes.
instances of that.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
And
so
they're
that was your
real.
unfinished business. You just had to get a bang in and
It's
to the
super,
light.
super rare, but it can happen. So
Yeah.
And they've actually got a on the back of it, they've got the section for Ask a Witch.
Oh, nice.
like Dear Abby.
Like a Dear Abby, yep.
Nice.
So I mean it's very well laid out, very well
Nice.
written.
I know Lisa and I are gonna do a what were we gonna call that? Like interview with a psychic. We said something the other day
An
about it.
interview with a psychic medium.
Oh, my bio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
take
need to
part
get
of
it to
that.
me. Yeah. No, I'm having nothing but problems with the New Age magazine. Dennis's computer keeps shutting down. We have to go back and hunt for all of the articles and stitch them back together.
Oh no.
It's been ridiculous. The Sci-Fi magazine went off with a couple of hiccups. It's out on Amazon and everything like that, but the New Age magazine I'm having a lot of problems with.
Oh wow.
That's okay. I'm lighting my candles and it's going smoother. You know how this goes.
Right. Well, holler if you need me to like zap it a little or something.
Yeah.
They are doing a lot of events out there, and something that I would love for us to do out here in Iowa is they hold Utah pagan markets.
See, I would love to get a pagan market going. Hell, I'd love to get a New Age market going.
What does that mean? What, like a farmer's market?
Yeah, kind of like a farmer's market.
Similar to a farmer's market, but it's called pagan markets. And they actually had to open up 3 locations.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, because the amount of vendors that they've got.
Wow.
Now, how is a market
different
than like the events?
It's outside.
Oh.
Like a farmer's market, literally.
Although now 2 of their markets are indoors.
Well, if it's winter time, then yes, it would be indoors because you don't hate your vendors, okay, or yourself.
But,
by the way, Beth Coles, October is my birthday present for myself. Yay, Beth!
Right.
And then Beth is saying healing with renewal. Earl sounds good to me. Okay.
Oh, healing with renewal. Okay.
Renewal. Yes. Okay. Sweet. But I at the spaceship building, because it has such a huge parking lot, I attempted to get kind of a New Age market going, but nobody wanted to be outside.
I remember that kind of. I was being sick, but I felt Enda, but yeah.
Well, that's the reason why we can do it in the mall now. Shit.
Right.
Right.
We
I actually liked where we were a lot.
Hold on.
But just want to toss that out there. So.
No, babe, I haven't yet.
Perfect. But like I said, I'm still seeing these advertisements for these other psychic fairs, and that the organizer, like I said, the organizer, she's using the same videos for every event.
And that was another thing. Look on your videos. Look and see if they're actually connected to the event. Now, it's a little harder with AI because you can do anything with AI now. They've got some really cute videos of baby podcast. So it's like AI made this little baby, and it's got the podcasting gear and everything on. And the baby is interviewing the family dog.
Oh my God.
It's the most adorable thing you will see all year. I guarantee you. But that's the thing. It looks very real. If it wasn't a baby and a dog.
AI is not the personal touch, though. And that's the problem.
Oh, no, baby. It's the way the voices sound. Everything is made through AI. There's no human element.
The information, the voices, and the way it talks. I don't know.
This one was
language is changing.
It's getting kind of scary because that one You'd
Mhm.
believe it if it wasn't a surreal circumstance.
Right.
Okay. That's the creepy part. So with the videos and everything, it is a little harder now to differentiate, but look for your videos. Look for it over a span of time. Look for vendor interviews. A lot of fairs do not do vendor interviews. Okay, most fairs don't do vendor interviews.
Yeah, they don't. No.
But
You're the only one.
I do.
good. That's what we're
Yeah.
looking for. But what I'm saying is it's
You're gonna find some kind of humanness somewhere is what you gotta look for. It sounds like.
Right. There
yeah,
you go, Sheena. That perfect.
and also long-term effort. Long-term, if they have a blog or a newsletter or something, even a vlog, a vodcast where they update you on stuff.
Right.
If they don't have that, be suspicious. Now, I will tell you, a lot of smaller fairs don't. Okay, but
Because they just don't have the
resources.
They are not aware how to do it.
Right.
I was gonna say it's not about resources, because I would love some help, but at the same time, Debbie's just sitting there laughing her ass off. But at the same time,
There's not enough of me to go around.
I know.
Unfortunately, I wish there was.
See, Antoinette, you and me, we've all decided we need to clone ourselves.
Right.
Like about 5 times. That way we can get everything done.
Oh, that would be so fun. I can hang out with Sheena. I can hang out with Earl. I can go to Destiny's house. No.
Yeah.
I need 4 clones. Okay, I need 5 clones.
I wish I could clone myself.
Hang out while they do all the rest.
Right.
Okay, there we go.
one to clean, one to cook.
And then work.
Oh no, your clothes would get pissed at you. They'd be like, "I'm not doing this. I thought you did fun stuff."
No, I just wish I could clone myself and do multiple
Tesla
events.
robot.
Yeah, that would be nice. But no, it's not about the resources, because in this day and age, you can do so much from behind a computer. There's
yeah,
so
for
much
sure.
you can do. So it's really,
I hate sitting in front of them though. Like,
I never said I liked it.
but you do
don't have
it.
Choice.
That's my Destiny is so quick. Like she just.
That's because she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, you think? Like 2 seconds. You don't even have to have the question all the way out. She's already got answers.
Dan, do you know how huge of a time suck a website is?
No, I can imagine.
It's a horrible time suck.
Yeah,
miserable.
Why I don't want to do them, but
I mean, I'm glad that I have one. You know, it's awesome and all that, but
I mean, keeping them updated would be my issue.
Updating, fixing, editing.
I'm gonna hire Destiny. Give me my assistant.
Yeah, I don't have the money to hire Destiny.
Neither do I.
You work for cookies? Do you work for cookies, dear?
I can make a car payment, maybe, or half of it.
There we go.
Right? We can do some trading.
I could go for some good cookies and brownies.
Oh yeah, you like your sweets, huh?
Ooh, Beth Coles. Everyone, I have to say goodnight. I am so beating my husband at cribbage. Go, Beth.
Good night, baby.
Awesome.
Good job.
Tamales would also be a good payment, Angel.
I know. You know, she had never had one until I made them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you were missing out on life.
Babe, I can bring you a whole package of them. And Sheena, the tomatoes, I've already got tomatoes coming on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got Romas, I got Huskies, I got,
All right.
You got that miracle girl going.
I actually did. And I'm going to be home this summer. So in the past, I happened to be gone now August with my son's stuff. And nobody watered my stuff. Yeah, I know. I was not happy. It made me sad because, like, I don't ask for much, you know? But, yeah. But I'm here this summer, damn it.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, it's getting big already.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'll have to drive over to North English.
I'm about to drive over to you next since you've driven over here.
True that.
AngelLynn lives in Colfax. She's easy to find.
Yep, I am.
Yeah, she's easy to find. I know right where she's at.
Yeah, you do, because you used to live in Colfax, right?
No, Prairie City.
Oh, Prairie
That's
City,
what I
that's right.
say.
My next door neighbor. Yeah.
Wow.
5 minutes from my house, literally.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I could. Yeah.
Well, I live up by the high school, if that helps you. Like, I can hear their.
God, that's a straight shot. I mean,
Yeah, it is. Straight out.
No. The kiddo, Dominic, do you remember him, AngelLynn? Gabby's
Yes.
son, Dominic.
Yes.
He's living up there with his dad right now, and I dropped some stuff off to him, but it was too late at night. That's why I was
Right, I
messaging
wasn't
you
up,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, are you awake? Kiss me back." So yeah,
I felt so bad when I saw them. Like, I probably
Oh,
fell asleep
don't-
5 minutes before that, too.
don't worry about it. Why I feel bad? Besides, next time I'm bringing Webster, and he's going to get to play with the puppies. He is.
Well, we don't have those yet, but we are having a puppy coming.
You got dogs, right?
Around my birthday, because Vicky bought me one for Josie. We're going to mate her. And Tony's already put an order in for one. I
But
can
you
send
have
you the
dogs.
picture. It's well, they're bullies.
So,
But the dad on that bully, it's a Merle. He's really handsome, but the dad is stocky and badass looking. But bullies are really nice. They just got a lot of strength.
Oh,
you
wow.
got to remember,
Oh, you got one.
Arthur likes all dogs.
Good for him.
Oddly enough, he actually just well, no, not really oddly. He's Pisces. He loves all animals. He's hyper allergic to cats, but he loves dogs, and he still loves cats.
I was out talking to my neighbor's son here earlier, and I was talking. We were talking about the Eagles, right?
Mhm.
And every time I was there, we're on the fence line. Me and Josh, who's his name that lives there, and the Eagles come out every time. And I showed Josh how to bring them back. Like, I go, watch this, just think about it. And they circled around. Well, I got that video that I posted that day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was telling his son about it. And he was like, oh, like he was so interested. He's going to be in the 10th grade this year. So we got to talking about something else. And an eagle flew off his house, went down and swooped on us and went over. I go, see? And we like high-fived each other. He's like, that was freaking cool. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. That sounds amazing.
It was, because it shocked him. Like, it's energy. You know, he's a young kid. He's a football player, and I love him. He's great. But I thought it was cool that eagle came over and did, you know, he wasn't an old one either, so he wasn't full grown. But it was awesome. Oh, look at that.
That reminds me of the dog off of the Dark Crystal.
Yep. Very cute.
What, Sheena?
I said he reminds me of the dog off of the Dark. Or was it a fox or a dog off of the Dark Crystal that was like the little swordsman?
Oh yeah.
That was the fox.
Or she. Is that a she, Earl?
Huh?
Is that a girl or boy?
Girl.
That's what I thought.
Miss Zoe.
Zoe. She looks like a Zoe, actually. He's going to be badass. He's getting his ears done, which they do look good. And they get him done young. It's much better. You don't want to do him older. But anyways, his name is going to be Jasper Jax.
Oh.
And the last part of it is Jax. Was it capital J? So he's got a badass name too. I named him.
Nice. So yeah, like I said, we'll have to visit.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have him on the show here. I'm getting him probably June, the first week of June.
Okay. But the only problem is we're then going to have to pry Arthur away from the dogs.
I can bring the dogs over there. Yeah, but I mean, Josie is, if you walk in the house and don't do anything, it's kind of like going up to Arthur. I know that when I walk in the house or I see him, I don't do anything. I say hi, and then he comes to me when he's ready.
Bingo. And
that's kind of what you have to do with the dogs, because they're not allowed to jump. But he's not going to know that because of,
Well, and that's the thing. He's actually pretty laid back.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how he reacts.
He's very,
it's be awesome.
Like, okay, let's see what are they going to do, And he's very,
he's checking out their energy first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a kiss.
Run from Arthur and Dennis. No, the dog wouldn't. Oh my God, what am I going to do with this? Anyway,
Block them.
Oh my God. No. But no, it's
I
just,
got him.
no.
He's gonna get me back though.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so, well, okay,
That's the psychic stuff. No.
Earl's off doing something. Oh, cool. Everybody, let's throw some shade while he's gone. What can we say about him here?
I don't know, but we pick on him so much, and
I've got a
he's
couple
such
pictures
a
of him I could share.
Yeah, a couple of. Oh no, really?
I heard that.
That's back. Okay, no more shade talking. Dennis, Earl's screen is like an acid trip.
Yeah, kind of, huh? Well, he was born in those days. No.
Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so Destiny, Earl, Sheena, Angel. Tips for people to avoid scammy spiritual people, spiritual professionals. I'm doing air quotes. Scammy psychics, scammy practitioners.
Well, what about like you go to them? Okay, say the one like they got a curse, right? And here's what I did in the past. I knew of someone that was like that, so I made sure they got a payment for that reading, and that was it. I never contacted them again on purpose. But I also know that
money up front.
I paid for the reading because I sure as hell wasn't going to give them no $1,500.
No.
But I paid for it just to see what. And oh my God, they had a little girl there. She was like 7 or 8. And she knew I was psychic. Like, she was so intrigued with me. And it was so funny because they were like keeping her away from me. They didn't want that. It was just very interesting. So my thing is, get your reading, get it paid for, and just don't ever go back if you're not satisfied.
Okay. Now I will say,
don't buy into any unsolicited messages.
Right.
I know.
Coming across Facebook, especially.
Right.
Okay, apparently also, well, number one, I did want to say, yes, there are some generational and family curses. There actually are.
There are, yes. Yep.
But to charge $3,000, something like that, to remove them like that.
I can sit here and do energy work clear across the world. And I have people that will give you references on things I've done. Right, Sheena?
Yep.
The other thing you want to do is talk to some of their past clients.
Yeah.
And see if every one of them has had a family curse.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge.
Or like a particular psychic medium we both know, if that person tends to say the exact same thing to each client.
Right.
Or if they, I don't know, just toss something very vague out in a group reading. Oh,
right.
Someone's loved one has died.
Or planting people in the audience. That is, I seen that myself firsthand. I was so mad. They planted
Clarence,
a person out there, and they're supposed to be, a medium, and they planted somebody in the audience, and of course everybody sucked it up because it was like. I was not happy. I was so mad, and there was nothing I could do about it.
By the way, that psychic was the one that pushed my dad finally into charging for his readings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see.
He was so angry. I had never seen my dad that pissed. At least not when it came to this area.
Right. I mean, this person charges an outrageous price too for readings. And for old people or for anybody, it's, they don't have that much money.
This person gets it.
Right.
And this person brings in the crowds.
Yep.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Not as much as it used to.
Not as much as they used to, but they were the darling of a couple of fairs.
Well, we were doing free ones at your shop over in the other one, and we were starting to get a pretty big crowd just by word of mouth.
Mm-hmm. But this particular person was the darling of a couple of larger psychic fairs because they brought in the crowds.
Right.
And psychic fairs knew this person was a scammer.
Yes, they helped do it.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's why I go do my job and go home. I
Yeah,
don't do calls and all that stuff.
but at the same time, so talk to past clients. Don't just read reviews because anybody can fake reviews. Talk for good or bad. Talk to past clients. Do the research. Ask the questions that you've already educated yourself on, and do a lot of listening. I don't know, Earl, Destiny, Sheena. What are your thoughts?
Like I said, anybody who avoids like phone conversations, anybody who seems too fake and not genuine, like I said, it's always the humanist. Because when it comes like scammers, I've heard some people, you know, who will call most psychics that, and I'm a big believer in like everybody has a different ability in a different way. Everybody connects with everybody in the same way. But, like I said, I think just looking for the humanness, and then if, like Angel said, if you're not vibing, you know, seek out a different area. And also I would say ask, because like if I genuinely can't help somebody, I'm going to direct them to the individual I think they would connect with most, you know.
Now, I will tell you, Sheena, that is a rarity among the psychic professionals.
Yeah, I do the same.
But it's a rarity.
Yeah.
Most readers, at least down here, they don't share.
And
that's actually why a lot of them left my shop.
And when I Google that, like half those people don't even exist.
Exactly.
I've never even heard of 90% of them.
Yep.
Or 99, actually. There was only one or two that I knew of. That was it.
Well, I know a lot of the different psychics around town and stuff like that.
Right, you probably know more than I do.
And I'm always up to give somebody new a chance, you know? Okay. But
one's still in business down on Southeast 14th.
Yep.
Yep.
She's been around forever. Well, I think the original one is probably passed away.
Right.
But she, on down the line, the family business, they were all trained to do it.
Dude, I kid you not. There's one particular psychic here in the Des Moines area. Reads out of their house. I've never met them. We field calls for that person all of the time.
You do what with them? What kind of calls?
They people call the shop for this person, and we're like, we're not affiliated with this person. Okay.
Okay.
And you know, Dennis will say, "Hey, we've got readers here," and they're like, "No, I want a professional." And we're like, "Really? Can you hear our face? Can you do we need to turn this up for you? Because oh my god."
Right.
You know, we want a professional.
It makes me wonder what their idea of a professional reader is.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Don't come on my page looking for a professional, because I'm doing everything but pretending to be.
Right.
Oh,
God.
No, and you're just so amazing, Sheena. Like
that one down on the south end, they've got quite a spread.
Yeah, they have ventured out into other areas in Iowa, like Ames, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, probably in Waterloo, I would think.
Actually, wouldn't surprise me none, because we've got one up here in Waterloo that's operating out of her house too.
Right. They are the family's connected here.
No, and that's one of the things. A lot of readers, they say, "Hey, I'll just read out of my house or massage out of my house and everything like that." But I always tell them, you actually want to work through a shop because it legitimizes you. You're actually working under the name of the shop. They're lending you their credibility, but also too, it keeps the weirdos away. I'm sorry, you could not pay me enough to have people coming to my house for readings. Okay?
Yeah, I don't.
No way.
That's a rarity for me.
And then massage?
And I have to really know them.
Hell no.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, and speaking of the previous psychic medium scammy butt, Dennis, and this person is stupid and a fool. Wow.
Which one you talking about there, Dennis?
No, Dennis does not like this person. Okay. Beth Coles, Anne, Oh my.
Yeah, psychic Ann.
Yeah. We don't
I
say
knew
anything.
that. I was trying not to say the name. But I don't even know. I don't think Anne's around anymore, truthfully.
I don't think so.
Because she was old when I was coming up, like when I moved here from California.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ann anymore. I think it's somebody else.
Yeah, she's got kids that she trained.
Is she one of those gypsies?
Yes.
Well,
No, they are. I mean, they truly are. And it's sad because gypsy gifts are amazing.
yeah.
So it makes me, like the old time scammers, like you see in westerns where they scam the people. Yes, they
Snake
truly
oil.
are. They truly are kind of like that. But gypsy magic is amazing. So yeah, I kind of like that aspect. It just makes me sad for the community.
Although now they don't like the term gypsy, they prefer the term Romani people.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'd be proud to be a gypsy, man.
Well, it's been used
I
in a
know.
bad light, but I
Right.
actually enjoy it.
They can train the public.
Mhm.
To, if they were being true, they could train the public to go back to where, if it was genuine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, gypsy magic is powerful stuff. It's nothing to sneeze at.
No,
But
you're right.
Yeah.
con artist gypsy stuff, well,
Right. Which is why I chose to pay that time. Because I didn't want any attachment back.
Okay.
Because I'm not saying they didn't have a gift, because there were gifts just being used in the wrong way.
Yeah, I was gonna say not particularly used correctly.
Right.
But
And so that for me cut the ties. You did your thing. I paid for it. I'm out.
okay.
Just in that case, I'm not saying everybody has to pay. I'm just saying that for me, that's how I worked that one.
Well, okay. So before we even get to the pay point, Earl, Destiny, Sheena, if you are a client walking into a psychic, a massage therapist, a Reiki, an alternative health, an astrologer, anything, what are you looking for? What are you looking for to make sure these people are legit?
Personally, I look for authenticity, what their cards look like, number one. How
their cards?
Yeah.
What?
Their tarot cards?
Yeah. If they're a card reader, I look at the cards because, you can tell a reader by how their card works unless it's like a brand new deck. And
yeah. That's what I thought you were going with that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's being used a lot.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
too.
like I said, genuineness. And then if you watch them read, you'll get subtleties on how their gifts come in.
Mm-hmm.
Pause, how they look at the cards, how they touch, how they feel.
Right.
So I can pretty much spot when, someone's genuine or someone's not genuine.
Yeah.
Right.
We lost Destiny. Somebody light a candle.
She'll be back.
Destiny, we feel your presence. Come back to us. Okay, so that's interesting. You look at their cards. But before you even get to the card point, when you're standing in front of the person, like let's say you're at a psychic fair, you're like, reader.
Oh, I know what she's gonna say. You walk in and you feel what, Sheena? Like it's not a test, but the energy. That's what, for me. Everybody gets feelings.
Destiny, my Wi-Fi went out. I think. Oh, Destiny, go reset the router, baby. We'll wait.
Yeah, because she's got to talk.
I know for me, I'm really bad about it. Okay, I grew up with a clairvoyant psychic medium as a dad. I can literally walk past people and go, no, yes, no. It's terrible. And
that's kind of how I do my readings. It just comes in so dang fast. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
My kiddo's worse. He's just like, whatever.
Buddy. He won't give him the time of day.
Yeah, I guess it's like hard to kind of judge too, because like I've seen abilities at different levels, and so I think it all comes down to like guts, like trusting your instincts, and because I've had readings with girls who are just brand new readers, and I've had readings by like Angel, you know, and
Oh, that was crazy, wasn't it? Like
yeah.
crazy.
So you'll have all
Crazy
skill.
good.
It's kind of hard when you have all skill levels, all levels of like spirituality and all levels of gifts, you know.
Oh,
Like, all of our gifts right here are different, you know.
Hey,
right.
Dennis.
How am I supposed to make Destiny uncomfortable if she leaves before I get here?
Destiny, everyone was buffering. I'm getting tired
She
anyway. I
didn't
love
say
you
you were
all, and I hope
making
you
you
all have a good
uncomfortable.
night.
Yeah, yeah.
Good night, Destiny. And good
Yeah,
luck
Good
she
with
night,
gets
this
up
Destiny.
early.
weekend at the Psychic Fair.
I know. I'm gonna set up tomorrow night.
For me, it's usually I trust my instincts,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, if I'm not getting good vibes off of somebody,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. Sorry.
Right.
Destiny, I'm so sorry, Dennis.
Aw.
Wow.
I know she didn't get the chance to talk. Like,
Hello, Virgil.
Well, yeah.
Virgil
Adding
Kane, hey,
another
grizzly
Gemini to the
greetings
mix was
from
not going to help.
Manchester, England,
I
brother.
love that name.
Awesome.
There's a song, Virgil Kane. It's
No,
a,
that's one of Angel's boyfriends. That was one of the guys
is that the one?
baby. Yeah. Hi, Virgil. Long time no see. Awesome to have you on. But no.
Yeah, very long time.
President boyfriend number 2.
I know,
That
right?
was gone. We figured out who that was. No.
Well, you know, I guess my question is, AngelLynn, did you actually meet him for a milkshake? And if so, how'd it
My
go?
name is AngelLynn, not Angel Love. No.
Well, you know.
Although, for the
I figured the
money,
milkshake would have brought him to the yard.
What? What did you say, Dennis?
I said I figured the milkshake would bring him to the yard.
I'll hose him down.
Oh, God.
I would love to see how that happens with you.
Poor
Anyway.
Earl. So, Earl, okay.
Earl. Yes, it's Earl.
Gut instinct, right?
Yep.
You're just quick. I mean, I think for you, it comes in quick, but you don't say it outright, if that makes sense.
Phrasing, Angel.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
I mean, if somebody's trying to, if I feel like somebody's trying to basically give me a line of BS, then I'll call them out on it. It's like you're trying to con a con man.
You know what? This is a great example. I'll never forget this girl. She went over to get a reading from, I said one of the Adventureland ones. And she was dressed nice. She looked fine. And this man actually, I don't even remember his name. But he said, "Do you even have any money to pay for a reading?" She sat down and did it. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I would have walked away.
Wow. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is rude. I've heard others say that. It's not okay.
No.
Oh, yeah, you just saw my jaw hit the floor there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not cool at all.
Well, God, what is it? Let's see. I remember. Oh, hold on. Virgil Kane, as Clinton said, great attempt, but no cigar. Ooh. Wow, Virgil. Wow. Keeping it lively as usual, my man.
Jasmine.
That is wow.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Even I'm impressed.
Moving on. I know. Very impressive. But no.
Oh, Sheena, is there a fire in your house there?
Yeah, it's a lamp thing that flames.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. No, I've got this. I got a flame bulb here in the house too. I just don't use it.
Cool ambiance. Ooh, cool ambiance.
Yeah.
We should do a seance down there.
No, absolutely not. Okay, you guys do what you want, but hell no.
But we can send them back, you know.
You just better make sure that whatever else comes in besides
Stop it. You always do that to me.
No, I'm being honest.
No, I know. I'm joking.
And practical.
Yep.
But no, I remember one guy, it was Randy. He told me he went to a set of psychics he was really upset about something and he needed some clarity. So he asked them, and they kept doing this shit. They were like, nope, that's not your card. Nope, not that. That's not your card. That's not. He's like, that's my card. I paid for that. Give me that card. Like, okay. And a lot of people love these particular girls, but the second I walked past him, I was like, no. And then he told me that story, and I was like, oh, God, okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, to be fair to Randy, those girls would not have impressed him anyway. But if a lot of people are really, truly impressed by these girls, they must be hot.
They're really not, Dennis.
I don't know. I'm not even sure who you're referring to.
Believe me, if I said the names, you'd remember them.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about either. So.
I know, and that's why I don't say the names, because I'm not canceling or doxing anyone.
But I don't know, like a set, they did it together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of which, I made a presentation.
Good. Thank you. Now, Dennis has worked very hard on this presentation, and since Evernote ate my writing, I'm going to have to redo it. So, Dennis, presentation. Present us.
You're going to want to,
no,
you might want to actually.
Absolutely not. No way. Not under any circumstances. Next.
I'm not trying to. Here we are.
Okay. Screen share?
Yep.
Okay. Add stage. Boop. How to detect a fraudulent event. Ooh. You made a PowerPoint.
I did.
I love PowerPoints. Yes. Okay. Keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, how to detect a fraudulent event.
Okay.
And we are going to go. By the way, when I show you what's coming up here, just don't start talking about the entire. Here.
Just go.
I'll just go to the next one. So, red flags to watch out for. Okay. We're about to say suspicious links, urgency and pressure, lack of official information, and realistic offers, typos and bad grammar. I forgot to take that out.
I was going to say, honey, you need to actually click on the slide.
Yeah, I already did. Okay. Yep. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, but it sounded really good.
Right. And generic language, unusual payment methods.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's.
Although
I'm going to try sharing this again.
Okay. Although unusual payment methods, we have been guilty of that.
Speak for yourself.
What do you mean by that, Alicia?
What?
What do you mean by that?
Well, let's see. We've done Square, we've done Cash, we've done check.
Oh, but that's unusual. Like,
yeah,
I think
unusual.
Yeah, those are the normals. We all have that.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead and try it now.
Virgil Kane, my ex-wife ran away with a Nigerian taxi driver. They have 12 kids now, but boy, I still love her. Do you think we'll get back together? I'm not touching out a 10-foot pole, Virgil.
Right. Who would 12 kids? Are you kidding me?
Damn, that's a lot. I wanted 12 kids originally, but didn't work out. All right. Urgency and pressure. Okay.
Hold on. Yeah,
nice,
I just went back.
Up. Good job.
Okay. Red flags to watch for, and this is not in your dating profile. Go ahead.
Right. Suspicious links, urgency and pressure, lack of official information, unrealistic offers, typos and bad grammar, generic language, and unusual payment methods, right?
Okay. Bad grammar and typos. I've been guilty of that too, though.
I know. That's why you have people edit your stuff.
The word the or to or at, like, is not in other languages. And so that's what you need to. It's so subtle nowadays. They're getting really good.
I pick up on when somebody's typing in broken English.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
That to me is a red flag right there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but this is also mostly dealing with like scam events, right? Because I know of a scam event that's actually scheduled for next month at a hotel that is permanently closed.
Yeah.
In Des Moines, or
no, actually, I can't say too much without Alicia getting upset with me.
Oh, okay.
It's just we're not
But
canceling anybody. We're not doxing. My guys
Right,
keep saying
right.
keep
I
the
got it.
names out
Yep,
of it.
yep. Oh no,
so
I just wondered where it was.
Yeah. Suspicious
oh
links.
right, obviously avoid clicking on suspicious links and stuff like that.
In unexpected emails or social media.
Right.
Do not get out any personal information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, obviously, and then urgency and pressure. Be wary of events that push you to act quickly. Use scare tactics or require you to pay up front. I mean, to be fair, if you're going to be a part of one of our events, you do have to pay up front.
Always, yeah.
But that's the only way. That's the only way to actually secure your space. At the same time,
Most of them do
if they're
that.
saying if they're telling you to pay now or I don't want to hear from you again,
no,
Right.
yeah,
back away.
so kind of like something that happened maybe a couple of months ago now. There was somebody who actually left a comment on one of our events. I say one, all of our events that were up and up and waiting. I went ahead and responded to this person. I responded to this person naming myself Hugh Jasshole.
That's we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that I
was there. That was funny.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. They kept. They didn't catch any of the hints. I mean, who has an email address called Satan's Veiny Penis 666 at gmail.com, right?
Yeah, and they were still trying to get money out of you.
Hang on just 1 second. Virgil, to be honest, I am sure we could ever be the same again. Yeah, I don't, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. AngelLynn, if
Virgil,
you want
buddy, it's not going to be the same again. In fact, it'll hurt even worse if you try to pursue it anymore. This is why I've always told people guillotine versus axe. Both have the same effect, but the guillotine is much faster.
Right.
And sure to lop your head off the first try versus the axe where they might miss.
Right.
And they keep whacking along until your head finally comes off.
Over the years, they're not the same person you remember.
Right.
It's not going to
Correct. Right. I mean, they might have gotten a boob job and things might have changed a little bit here. But no, Virgil, seriously, good luck.
I know.
Anyway, but
God.
Angel, I'm simply going to say good luck on that. And then Virgil, seriously, bud, she's not worth it. You can do better. All right. So anyway, moving on. Lack of official information.
Yep.
It's like, where's this person's website? Where is the
the social media on all your channels, the websites, the newsletter, the blog, the updates, the history.
Right. And I mean, when I was doing the fairs, I might have half-assedly ran the website, but there was always up-to-date information on the website.
Right.
Right.
Well, and you guys have grown over the years too and gotten more professional. So that, that.
Yeah, and I put on more weight too. Thanks for reminding me there, AngelLynn. But so.
I mean, that's a good thing, So
yeah, we have actually evolved quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, Virgil Kane. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, sir. Aw, thank you, Virgil.
You're welcome. Anyway, moving on here.
Okay.
And unrealistic offers. I don't.
Yeah.
And so you can tell that I chose some of these pictures for a reason.
I was looking at the pictures. Yeah.
All right.
Now, keep in mind
basically,
there are a lot of people on Spotify that are not going to be able to actually see this, so you have to actually tell them what's in the pictures.
Fair enough. So basically, it's a picture of a guy getting ready to click on an offer that says "too good to be true."
Right.
And so just simply be skeptical of promises that seem too good to be true, such as free tickets or extremely low prices or something along those lines. or like if the fair promoter is saying, I'll make sure you have a corner spot, just go ahead and do this now.
Or unrealistic gate count. We have 5 million people coming in. Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
these are
Right.
you can tell she's speaking from experience when talking about that.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God.
Keep in mind, remember, one of the promoters didn't use actual numbers. They used projected numbers.
Oh yeah, that's a big difference, right?
It's like,
Oh.
projected? Excuse
I
me?
don't want
You can
projected.
project
I don't want
anything you
projected
want.
numbers.
Yeah.
You know,
But
Hold
that's
on.
also people would go ahead. Or
Virgil,
people
I am
would actually.
currently looking for an American bird. Okay, Debbie. There we go. Debbie's single. AngelLynn is single. Okay, go ahead. Sheena, are you
No,
single as
people-
well?
AngelLynn is picky though.
No, I'm not single.
Well, there we go. All
Yeah,
right.
no,
So,
Sheena's married with
so
kids, honey.
AngelLynn's the only girl
We've
on
met
here
that.
single.
Yep, Angel's got.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I think I am the only one from a lot of people I know.
Yep, you're the
Actually,
only one single, baby. All right.
very happily single.
And speaking of gate count, plenty of would-be vendors.
Yeah.
And I can tell you personally, as a fair promoter, some of the people that call, some would call, some would email and stuff like that. They would want to know, how many years have you done this? These are, to be fair, these are valid questions to ask.
Right.
How many years have you done this? Well,
Right.
back when it was brand new, it was like, well, this is our first time, right?
Right.
Or I've only had it a couple of years. It's only been happening a couple of years. And keep in mind, one of those years got canceled due to COVID.
Right.
So,
COVID.
yeah. And then they would all. So what is your average attendance? And like, we've only been doing it a couple of years. I'm not, and I always respond with, I'm not going to give you promises I cannot keep.
Well, and
I'm
now
not going to tell you there's 5,000 people coming through the door.
Right. You're in a complete different spot. It has to be ran a little different now for you guys.
Yeah. Well, now, but I'm talking back then.
Right.
And it was like a event that we went to. Oh God, this was, believe it or not, Alicia, this was like 13 years ago now.
What one?
We got offered a show for one day for, I think it was like $50 to participate in the show.
Okay.
For a show that's supposed to have 1,500 people through the door.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you were with me.
Where was it at?
It was in Cedar Rapids.
No, God, not that one.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, 1,500 people. Yeah, 1,500
No.
people through the door in the one day, and in all honesty, there was probably about 50 people through the door the whole day, and that was including the vendors.
There wasn't even 50 including the vendors. That's only if you count the pregnant chicks twice. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right. They are related to the one we were talking about earlier on the south side.
Oh my.
Some of them are, yes.
By the way, Debbie, Virgil Kane, she will do. Okay, well there we go. Then.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, you're the only single one here, AngelLynn.
Well,
yes.
I ain't paying for no ticket over here, so.
I think Virgil has his own money. Anyway. But no, with the gate count thing, whenever anybody would ask me, I would always say, look, you know what? It depends on the fair. December's a little lower than March, but honestly, it depends on the fair, the season, COVID, everything else. You can guarantee from this many to this many. And they're like, well, we want more than that. And I'm like, well, if you want me to make up numbers, I can do that.
Yeah, if you want more, then go to a bigger fair.
Go to a bigger, more expensive fair,
Yeah. Or bring them on over. Like, tell your friends to come.
Well, no, and that was one of the reasons why once I kind of took over doing stuff and we moved to the mall, man, I'm sending everybody email invites. Everybody's pulling together so we can have the biggest crowd possible. But that's another thing. If they're not sending you stuff so you can get involved with it too, be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Anyway, so generic language. I love how this thing right here is like said blah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what that sign says. But yeah, generic language. Basically, generic language, evasive language. Like I said, though, but at the same time, I would not make promises I can't keep. So
Right.
I'm not going to, again, this is one of those, I'm not going to tell you there's going to be this many people there, or great story for the first fair. The very first one, 2019, I was trying to get people to volunteer, right? I sent an email out to the vendors to see if they would get the email circulating around. I was going to offer fair dollars to people that volunteered for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And one of the he actually did not become a vendor. I don't remember. I never actually knew his name, but I know who he is.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Affiliate. But he's like, well, what if we don't want to take fair dollars? I'm like, then don't. Well, what I mean, is everybody going to have to buy fair dollars? It's like, no, not everybody's going to have to buy fair dollars. It's not like going to a goddamn carnival. All right.
But it could be.
I'm not getting a carny act out here. Right? If you want to bring in carnies, bring in carnies. All right.
Don't tempt me.
Hey, all right.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
Nothing personal against carnies. My dad was a carny when he met my mom. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but
Virtual Pagan. Yes. I never said I was fussy.
Right.
Ooh. Okay. Go ahead, Dennis.
It's after your money, AngelLynn. Don't do it.
What money?
I was going to say she don't have none. She's a psychic. Come on.
Anyway, but again, like generic language, these are things also to look out for. I'm actually forgetting what order I put these things. Oh, unusual payment methods. You'll like this.
Come on,
I'm sure you like this picture.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
gone wrong.
it gets the point across.
Right.
You know what, guys? This is how I'm taking payment for the fairs from here on out. We're all going to be in hoodies, and we're just going to be trading like bundles of money on the corner.
Right.
Really make people wonder. And if
who doesn't have hoodies? I've got hoodies.
Yeah, there we go. Just be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, we are definitely not in hoodie season again yet. So anyway,
I don't know. It's a little chilly.
I don't know what earth you're living on, AngelLynn. It's been pretty goddamn warm here.
It's gonna cool down.
Fair enough. So, but yeah, unusual payment methods is like, yeah, actually go ahead and send it to my Cash App. No. There's a reason why I had a PayPal set up. I had a PayPal link set up for the fair. At the same time, we also took check and we also took people's cards over the phone.
Right.
And money orders.
Okay, and I don't remember taking money orders, but I probably did. I'm getting old. So, Earl, you'll understand what I'm talking about when you get to my age. So,
watch it.
Anyway,
I'm already shit.
Just kidding, beautiful ladies. Aw, thanks, Virgil.
I like the emoji. That was cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, anyway, so these are good points for avoiding scams, as you see here. And then, by the way, here are, oh, God damn it. Apparently I didn't get everything fixed on time. All right. So again, verify the event's legitimacy, contact the organizer directly, check reviews, look for official websites, inspect tickets, and ask questions. All right. So contact the organizer directly. Mm-hmm. Use the official contact information provided by the event organizer to verify details.
Yeah.
Again, like if it's one of those things, people have oftentimes tried to hijack our events by leaving messages in the comment section.
If they're in the comment section, they don't count.
Yeah, we would not actually, considering we have the event, we don't have to put it in the comment section. We could just do a whole other post and add it to the discussion.
Although I will tell you, the scammers did give me a really good idea, because they were like, go here for your booth. And I was like, hey, you know what? I got a better idea. So I just put the pay link and the contract link for the event in the post. It actually worked really well. So I guess I have to thank the scammers.
Keep in mind, they can also copy that and then, scam people using our paperwork.
Well,
I told you about that one scammer who was trying to pawn off an event under your guys' name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's actually who we're talking about.
Okay.
That's the one I sent. That's the one who I responded to as huge asshole.
Mr. Jasshole, paging Mr. Jasshole. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so and it's one of those things. I kind of have sympathy, but at the same time, my tolerance for stupidity is not high.
No.
If you pay somebody else to be a part of our event that is not actually affiliated with us, I am under no obligation to give you a booth.
Well,
So,
no,
I have actually said this in the past, but I've also gone to great lengths to make sure nobody falls for those scams.
Yeah.
So, I have to say, like I said, but I've also said the same thing. I can sympathize. I'm sorry you got your money stolen from you.
Yeah.
But I am under no obligation to give you a booth because you paid somebody else.
But that's the thing.
These people only charge like $40 or $50. And if you look at our, we're charging a lot more than that to be a part of the freaking fair.
Yeah.
So,
and
on top of that, if you're going to do something like that, why go so small? Seriously.
I know, right? I don't get it.
Okay. Yeah, but you'll notice how this picture also there's a picture here of 3 different wooden figures.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 on the outside have a line going to them, while the one in the middle is cut out, cutting out the middleman. There is no middleman more often than not when it comes to these kinds of fairs. Even if there's a committee, there's going to be one person in charge of making sure everybody's got their money in and making sure that, they've got all their paperwork in to be a part of the fair. It's not going to be a committee. It's not going to be 4 or 5 different people. It's usually going to come down to 1, maybe 2. So, even a big fair that happens locally, which I believe is actually happening it might be this weekend.
Yeah, it's this weekend, the Iowa Metaphysical Fair.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought we weren't naming anybody. So
the Iowa Metaphysical Fair is a legitimate fair. It's 37 years running.
Yes, I know it's legitimate, but I thought we weren't naming anybody. Okay.
We're naming legitimate ones.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought you were going to
that is a legitimate one, and they've actually bumped it up another weekend because it used to be on the weekend of my birthday.
Oh,
jerks. Anyway, which is 1 week from today. Which reminds me that no. Today's the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
I just another person I follow on YouTube. His birthday, I could have. Actually, I think his birthday's today. If you're watching it, well, I'd say if you're watching this, Doomcock, happy birthday. Anyway, check reviews. Believe it or not, we had people have past experience with us as vendors, check reviews.
I have never had a problem with you guys.
I know you haven't.
Thank you.
There were others that did, especially during COVID. There were some vendors I was actually ready to choke.
I bet.
All right.
It's hard to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people acted like, I just need a refund. Things are tough. I was like, I know things are tough. We lost a lot of money trying to promote that fair in 2020.
Right.
And it's not, and when you're doing the promotions, it's not like you got.
When it hit.
Yeah, when you do the promotions, you don't get that money back.
Right.
All right. And
that's
all
okay. A lot of times with the venue, you don't get it back either. So no, there are some stuff. And one of the other things I wanted to say with events, call the venue. Now, that's not always surefire
hold on.
because some venues are dicks.
Sorry.
But venues would have them on file, so
Yeah,
they would know if
and
they're coming there or not.
There was one particular venue that we dealt with that actually they had their own event going on at the same time and were redirecting our traffic to their event. We no longer deal with them.
Damn. Can't trust anybody.
Like I said, calling the venue is a good idea. It's probably one of the better ones. But keep in mind, sometimes venues are dicks.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there are just
Speaking of
people
which-
that's going to scam, and we're all, going to be had at some point.
Virgil Kane, and happy future birthday, brother. Oh, that's really nice, Virgil. Thank you.
So, look for the official website.
Mhm.
Again, I when I was running the website, I was doing it kind of half-assed whenever I had a moment.
Mhm.
But I always made sure the information was up to date. So, and here's the next big one, because when we started selling tickets online,
Yeah.
boom, inspect the tickets. Make sure that it's in a ticket that's actually going somewhere. All
That's
right.
interesting. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. When I would sell when we were doing the online ticketing, I actually had designed receipts to be sent out, and tickets, with the picture that I was choosing for the fair that year. But for some reason that part never worked. More often than not, they were just showing their receipts at the gates.
Right.
And I mean, it's also one of those, you come in with a receipt, cool, you're in. I'm not going to force you to show me the actual tickets.
Right.
All right. So, and believe me, that got annoying. But I actually had a whole website set up where you could just, click on the link here to go buy the ticket, and then, it was only $5 to get in, so it wasn't. It wasn't uber expensive.
Right.
So
now I will also say the other thing about psychic fairs, if it's a smaller one, look to see if it is hooked on to a new age shop or a metaphysical shop that's been long running. It does give it a little bit more legitimacy. And call the shop and make sure they're actually running that event.
Right.
And somebody isn't just using their name. That's the other thing.
Yep.
So, all right. And then here, the big one here, ask questions.
Yeah.
If it's a legitimate event, I tell the vendors this all the time.
Mhm.
If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. Feel free to ask. All right. If I don't have an answer for you right away, I will find the answer for you soonish. All right. I'm not just going to, I'm not going to try and bullshit you and make you think I know what I'm talking about. All right. Like with this whole presentation here. All right.
Well, and this thing is, fairs can be understaffed, events can be understaffed, and people get busy. They get sick. They have heart accidents.
Yes.
But there's always an explanation. You always get a contact back. Okay, unless tech gremlins eat your email or something. But generally, if you message them a couple of times, you're going to get a response if it's legit. Sheena, Angel, Earl.
I've seen them do it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, and see, with me, when it came to the week of the fair, this is where that theater degree came in handy. Yeah. Right. Week of the fair, to me, that's tech week. And it basically all my energy is to going into making sure the fair goes off without a hitch. And so normally by Monday afternoon or Monday evening of the week of the fair, I send everybody, okay, here's the parking information. Here's where you guys can park. Here's how to get to the building. All right. And here's the times for setup. But I would get emails I would honestly get emails from the vendor sometimes up to a month beforehand. Sometimes I would respond with, I will get you all that information week of the fair. Right. Or sometimes there's a couple of times I just outright ignored it. It's like, because I had 100 other things going on at once.
Right.
But I always made sure
Look,
everybody
wait a
had the
minute.
information
That's not
for the
okay.
fair
I don't think you ignored
before
it.
they
That
came
sounds
up.
rude. Hold on, Dennis. Maybe you just got busy and forgot about it. But I don't see you ignoring something, right? I mean,
Oh, you don't know me that well.
oh,
Wow.
well, I know you quite well. And I am your Gemini too, so.
Yeah. But no, it's when you're having to worry, when you're worrying about 100 things at once,
Right.
then yeah, it's
And
simply
that's
put, no.
it.
It's also one of those things where I would do my best not to leave the vendors hanging.
Right.
That doesn't mean I didn't forget one or two. There's a couple
Yeah.
times where I did forget a vendor.
Oh, that poor girl from Wandering Hearts. You always forgot her.
Yeah.
I always felt so bad. Hang on just a second. Virgil Kane, possibly the best looking fans I've ever had. Aw, thanks, Virgil. Then Virgil Kane, the Chinese coof, no clue. And if I send you a Manchester City cap, do I get your hat? I think that's to Dennis. Dennis?
Trade hats?
No, I don't need a Manchester. You're about to say, I'm assuming you're talking about the football team in Manchester City. I mean, there's the Manchester. I know there's the Manchester United. I don't know the name of all of them. I don't know what the Manchester City football team or soccer team is.
That's their football team. Yep.
Well, see, I could there's Manchester and then there's Manchester City.
Yep.
From what I understand, there's two different, kind of like the Los Angeles Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
Teams that have two teams are like the New York Mets and the New York Yankees, or even better, put in a hockey reference, the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders.
I did not know there was two baseball teams. You said
you
Yankees?
did not know you did not know that there was the Mets and the Yankees after all these
the
years.
Mets, but Chicago. I didn't know New York had them.
Yeah, New York. Oh, that's right. Chicago has two as well. Thank you. The Cubs and the White Sox. Go Cubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
I always thought the Mets was Chicago.
With everything I do.
Yeah, I mean the New York Yankees and the New York Metropolitans. Those two teams are older than you, AngelLynn. Right?
Excuse me.
I'm not lying. They are older than you.
I'm gonna pull that beard off.
Oh.
Okay, don't threaten me with a good time.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Virgil. I'll get you a.
Virgil, yes.
Virgil. I'll get you our new indoor arena team ball cap up here at Waterloo. Mm-hmm.
Wait, you guys have there's an arena football team Waterloo now?
The Waterloo. It's the Woos.
The Woos?
Oh my God.
WOOS. Yes.
Woos.
Tell me that your mascot's actually going to be a Napoleon. Please tell me.
No.
It should be. It really should be. Just get a little person to put on a giant Napoleon head and let him run around the field.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
okay.
right.
Basically, they're called they're called the Iowa Woo.
Okay.
The Iowa Woo? We have the Iowa Barnstormers here. Why do we need the Iowa Woo?
Well, do they still have the Barnstormers?
As far as I know.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know either.
I have not. The last time I kept up with any sports was when the Cubs won the World Series. All right. I've not really kept up with much of anything else since. Okay, I take that back. I do watch football every year.
Say, you also keep up with the World Cup.
Which is coming up next year.
Basketball with the Barnstormers. It was a function we were having for the Boy Scouts here in town. I didn't know the Barnstormers were football players. And I walk in and we're all goofing around. And I'm like, you guys seem kind of big to be basketball players. It was a basketball function, but they were the football. It was the Barnstormers.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was embarrassed.
I was about to say they were probably shorter than the average basketball player.
Yeah. And a lot wider. Yeah. But I did make the basket free throw.
Nice.
I know.
Virtual
Then they
cake.
asked me into the locker room.
Oh,
Oh, they did.
And they've used a wolf in wearing a cowboy hat and sunglasses.
nice.
Water
Virtual cake.
Well, if
You
I was
are
to
much
if I
better
was to
than
ever buy
Manchester
the
United.
if I was to ever buy the Waterloo team, that is what I would do.
What?
It would actually it would be some kind of a French theme, some kind of a French name for the team, right? Or and then have basically hire a little person to put on a Napoleon head and have him, to get the crowd all riled up.
Hey.
So I'm the history buff here. Anybody who knows history as well as I do gets the references. I just don't know exactly what you'd call like French soldiers or something, or maybe the Waterloo Garou or something like that.
That sounds better than the woos.
Yeah, I know.
Or the Waterloo Loop Garou.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, ask questions. If it's a legit event, they will have no problem answering your questions, and I will also state the one question I hated getting was, what hotels would you recommend staying at? I don't stay at hotels in Des Moines. I have no good recommendations for you on that one. So,
Well, actually, on the new website that I ended up building up, we have a page called Helpful Haunts. And that's, where your gas stations are, where your banks are, where your hotels are, everything like that, because that's what I always wanted to do, We get a lot of people from out of town,
Right.
I mean, are you kidding? If I knew that there was going to be a psychic fair and a Hobby Lobby in the same place,
right?
that's it. My weekend's good. I'm done.
I know.
Not to mention all the food around, and that is one of the things I love about the new venue. We have so much good food. Yee! Okay. Also,
speaking
Virgil,
of which, I think you're gonna like this next slide.
okay, you're not getting the cap. Okay. All right.
All right,
So
everybody.
these are easy steps to make sure you're not being defrauded in the future.
Thanks, Sheena. Have a good night.
Night, Sheena.
Bye, Sheena.
Bye.
Bye,
All right,
Sheena.
guys.
I'm probably getting there too, and
I know. So am I, and I've
good.
got to go to the doctor. So
I
is this
know.
the last slide?
Are you going to the ER?
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost the last slide. So, anyway, yeah. Again, these are easy steps to take to make sure these are easy steps to make sure you're not being defrauded in the future. Okay.
Mhm.
So, with that said, thank you for coming to our roundtable talk.
Yeah, that was very good, Dennis. That was awesome. Good
You
job.
actually really worked hard on that. Good job.
Yeah.
Yep. Took me about an hour.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. You saw your little things that you wanted to change, but that was a good job.
Oh yeah, no, and it's that was a slideshow.
I wish I could sit at a computer that long, but I can't.
I sit at the computer all day long, and hell, I'm sitting at one now.
Or in the yard.
Here you go.
Oh, they're like wolves.
That's funny.
The Iowa woo.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna be so made fun of.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm not even gonna touch that one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, when they first decided on that name, I'm like, yeah, our credibility just tanked.
Dropped. Virgil, when I stayed in New York City, I had the misfortune of staying at the Jane Hotel in Greenwich Village. Apart from the bed bugs, it was a nice room, but the heat was unbearable. I had to open a window. I wasn't to know there was a giant flying cicada sleeping under my bed. Anywho, as I slipped into the arms of Morpheus, this beast gripped me and flew out of the bedroom window with me. Unfortunately, the giant critter couldn't support my 40-stone weight, and I fell on the pavement. Thank the Lord I was wet.
Wow.
Oh, heavy is just never mind. I got Google up here. I'm going to find out.
40 stone.
How about the Iowa Marengo?
No,
Marengo was the name of Napoleon's horse.
Marengo, and there's a town Marengo not far from there.
That's true. But Marengo was also apparently Marengo was captured after the Battle of Waterloo, and apparently his skeleton is now displayed at the National Army Museum in London.
Wow.
Virgil, 40 stone weight is 560 pounds.
Hmm.
No way. But
Good
yeah,
thing,
good
Virgil
thing
was
you
actually
were there.
taken out of the hotel room by force through the air.
Say, there's ain't nothing getting you out of nowhere by force. Good job, man.
Yeah. Or you just call it the Waterloo Grand Armée. And again, I'm still sticking with the Napoleon theme, though.
Okay, what about the Waterloo mermaids or sirens or something? Something to do with water. I mean, Jesus.
Well, the
Well,
Waterloo
what do you
Woo,
think
it
of
rhymes.
I don't care. It's weird.
Earl, what kind of team was it again? I forgot. Was it basketball, football, hockey?
Indoor arena football.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. So football. Yeah. On that, Alicia, you'd probably get voted out.
Okay, fine.
You have to come up with something probably more masculine, I'm thinking.
Well, yeah.
Waterloo sailors, Waterloo yachts,
No.
Waterloo steamships.
Waterloo wasn't even a coastal town.
Oh my God. Waterloo wolves. How about Waterloo wolves? How's
You
that?
got the Waterloo Woo.
I'm not gonna deal with this. I don't
What?
even.
Iowa Woo.
I
It's the
still
Iowa
got to
Woo.
do one more reading, so I'm going to log off, guys.
All right. Hey,
It's been great. Yes, ma'am.
are you going to have a good time at the Iowa Metaphysical Fair?
Oh, I know I will. Yep.
Okay. Also, AngelLynn, promote the magazines. Good job.
Yes, you will promote the magazines, or I will come put the damn
What
things on the
magazines?
table.
Of course I will, but
Celestial Imprints and Alicia's Desk.
Oh,
I'll get you to sign with the QR codes.
Yep. I got you.
All right.
You should get a I don't know how you do that. Like like some kind of card you can hand out. Like so it has the links to them that people can go to.
Like kind of like a QR code.
Kind of, but
the thumbtack. Basically it's a book stub.
So QR code. I thought QR codes were only for the but it can be for information. I thought it was only payment.
Oh yeah.
No, it can be for information.
QR code just brings up a link to a website.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you scan it with your phone and then just go to the link.
Yeah, you're right. I've done that.
I do it to log into stuff on the Fire Stick all the time.
So, oh, that's good. I don't have
Fire Sticks.
Yeah,
I mean they're kind of oily, but yeah, they're all right.
Oh my God, Dennis, they're awesome. Get one. All right. At this point, Virgil, mwah, I love you.
Yeah, have a good.
I love you.
8 hours difference where he's at.
Get some rest.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, AngelLynn.
No, I got a few things to do, and then I will. I gotta go put food.
Oh, is that a puppy behind you?
No. Oh no, that's my. You know those squishy pillows that kids have.
Oh, Squishmallow.
Mine's a cat. Mine's a cow.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I almost
the Iowa Moo.
Oh God, no!
Yeah,
no.
That's actually even.
It's really good for under my neck. It helps my neck at night. So
yeah.
I was surprised. I was like, "Ooh, that would work for that," and it does.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say, keep in mind, we used to have a hockey team in Des Moines called the Iowa Chops. So all about pork chops,
right?
And a giant pig for the mascot. So
was Pioneer involved or not? Is it Pioneer?
I don't know who was involved.
Yeah.
No, this
anyway,
is
Alicia,
honestly, Earl.
Informed,
go to the team and tell them Iowa Moo. That should be the name of the town of the team, and just get have a milk tank be the mascot.
Jesus.
All right. I love you all.
Yeah. Will you keep me informed on how you're feeling? What the doctor says, okay?
I will.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. All right. Did you get your knee looked at real quick?
Dennis, he was on antibiotics and everything for it. It's the same leg that got damaged during the car accident.
Yeah, it was bad.
He got another infection in it.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was swollen. I didn't like the way it looked at all.
No.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, I'm touching the lump right now.
Don't weird the audience out. All
This
right.
might be a good time
I'm
to
not
end the
touching
stream.
that with a 10-foot pole.
Okay. Bye-bye, butterflies.
Good
We love
night.
you.
Bye,
Like, comment,
Earl.
Good night.
subscribe.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Tuck and roll,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Tuck and roll.
Bye. All right, folks. Well, I am going to end this because I got to go to the doctor's, and Dennis is going to take me. Hold on.
What?
Virgil, what chick is single, top right or bottom left? AngelLynn single, so she was on the bottom row, and I think
of the women, she was the eldest. Sheena was the middle, and Destiny was the youngest.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe that.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, so you about ready to go, honey?
All right. Good night, all. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have a topic you'd like to talk about, let me know. And if you have questions about this one, let me know too. There will be an article forthcoming, even though I have to rewrite it. Tech gremlins. All right, Virgil. Sorry, top left. Top left.
Top left. That's my wife.
That's me. Top left would be me, I think. It's weird because I'm in front
this
of
one over here. This one over here, I actually got her to say yes. She lowered her standards for me. She's mine.
So the girls are me, Sheena, AngelLynn, and Destiny that we're on tonight. Destiny is the blonde with glasses. Sheena's the brunette with the really long braid, and then AngelLynn has glasses. She's a little bit older, and she's the one with the red and gray hair. So yeah.
Oh, and fun fact, AngelLynn's also the shortest out of all of them.
Yeah, she is the tiniest. She is so tiny. My 9-year-old son is taller than her. What?
I was going to say, I thought she was 4'10" now, but no, she's 5. I think she's just 5 feet.
All right. All right, Virgil. Thanks for signing on. Good to hear from you, and have an amazing night. All right.
That'd be 1.5 meters for Virgil. Okay. Maybe a little bit taller than that. But
hey, Dennis, I'm kicking you from the program.
End the program. Just end.
All right. Loves to you all. Mwah. Good night. Oh, I will see you next Thursday.